You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Days of Our Lives fans. I have got your full roster of weekly spoilers from Monday, September 9th, all the way through Friday, September 13th. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we are going to start the week with a lot of carryover from this week onto Monday's episode, but the good news is hardly any body and soul spoilers, so yay! All right, let's dive in with the action coming on Monday, September 9th, 2024, which is season 60, episode 11. So Holly Jonas is really angry at Eric Brady about the secret they've kept from her about him killing her bio dad, Daniel Jonas. This starts Thursday. It started on Thursday into Friday, and it's going to carry over all the way into Monday. I think it's going to be a multi-stage confrontation, and I do wonder if the argument Eric and EJ have is Eric accusing EJ of telling her when he didn't. He threatened to, but he didn't. Eric might assume that's where Holly heard it. And also on Monday, and this again is a carryover from this week, Brady Black is ready to face consequences. You know, his dad, John Black, told him this past week, don't confess to something you can't remember. There's no evidence. You just don't know. And then Justin Kiriakis was warning him against this and saying, you know, I mean, realistically, he could probably get him out of this. But Brady just feels so guilty and so sick about what happened to Sarah that he's willing to just throw his life away. Kristen doesn't want him to. No, Tate doesn't want him to. Eric doesn't want him to. John doesn't want him to. Justin, all of that. So Fiona Cook tries to keep Sarah Horton from blabbing what she remembered. I was wondering how much she would remember, and her initial thing was Fiona behind the wheel. So maybe Fiona is saying something to her like, you're just saying that because I'm sitting right here. You're confused. Why would I have been in the car with Brady? You know, blah, blah. So I definitely think that she is going to do some gaslighting. She's going to be panicking. She doesn't want her daughter-in-law to find out, which makes sense. And Tate talks to his grandpa, John Black, about how he messed things up with Holly by telling her Eric killed her dad because he didn't know she didn't know. Messy stuff. Tuesday, September 10th is season 60, episode 12. Paulina Price is over at the hospital telling Rafe Hernandez that he's been in the coma long enough. He needs to wake up. Not that Rafe waking up is going to help them with the case, you know, because he didn't see who stabbed him. Connie crept up behind him. And of course, Everett is still blamed, and now he's dead. Jada is missing her man. Gabi's worried about Rafe. Definitely time for him to come out of it. Speaking of Jada, she is doing some thinking about Connie Vinisky and thinks this woman is crazy. Not quite right. Remember, Melinda is still her captive. And then this past week, Connie was threatening Ava. And of course, with Melinda gone and sending that really strangely worded text to Kristen, Ava is kind of suspicious, but she's so angry at Kristen firing her, she's not really thinking it through and not giving all the information to the right people. So yeah, Melinda is stuck. Nobody's looking for her. Hopefully that'll change soon. Stefan argues with EJ again about Gabi. The last fight was fun. I don't think EJ is going to let Stefan punch him again though. And really, what worse punch can there be than when Gabi told Stefan, by the way, your brother is better in bed than you are. I mean, way to hit a guy where it hurts. Also on Tuesday, Ava has some advice for Gabi and tells her, forgive Stefan. I mean, she's a good person to talk to about it because Ava can say, look, we were drunk. It was a mistake. He regretted it immediately. He loves you. He doesn't want me. I don't want him. Drunken one-time mistake. Forgive him, and then he'll forgive you for EJ, all that good stuff. Wednesday, September 11th rolls around, and it's episode 13 of season 60. Melinda Trask is still tied up with that leash and, life-size cardboard cutout grinning at her, and she is really hoping that somebody saves her from crazy Connie. She is scared to eat any food that the nutcase fixes her because she drugged her tea, and so Melinda is probably smart to assume that Connie could drug her again. The problem is that Connie really thinks that Lee is telling her not to kill Melinda. And as nutty as that is, that's probably the only thing saving Connie from just murdering Melinda in cold blood right now. And of course, it's even worse because now Melinda knows that she's the one who killed Lee. I think she knows she's the one who stabbed Rafe. I'm trying to remember if all that came out. If not, it will come out soon. And Melinda's terrified with good reason. Meanwhile, Gabi is feeling better about life after talking to Ava. So maybe she really is thinking she's going to reconcile with Stefan and they can work it out. And when Connie finds out that Gabi's life isn't falling apart like she wanted, she is going to be very angry. I would not be surprised if Gabi could be Connie's next victim, another drugging, another poisoning, another stabbing. Gabi has taken so much damage while she was sitting in prison and Clyde was attacking her. And I hope it doesn't go that way. But since Connie has convinced herself that Stefan and Gabi are the ones that need to pay for Lee's death, even though she stabbed him, that could be where we're going. And Chad is optimistic about not Abby getting past the amnesia she's faking. Poor Chad, he is going to be so crushed when it all comes out. Thursday, September 12th is episode 14 of season 60. Holly is still just so angry about the lies she was fed about her dad dying and, Eric lying to her, Nicole lying to her, and then Tate accidentally telling her the truth, thinking she knew. And Tate's trying to get her to calm down. No woman likes to be told to calm down. I said this in the early spoilers. It's true. When my husband says calm down and he does like the gesture, we all know the gesture, right? The calm down gesture. It just makes me not want to calm down. So I don't think Holly's going to calm down. I mean, she's got to work through this. She never got to know her dad, and Eric's the reason why. And Nicole and Eric are equally culpable in keeping this secret from her for 17 years now. Meanwhile, EJ has a threat that he issues to his sister, Kristen DiMera. And gosh, there's no telling why, or if it's personal, or if it's business, Maybe it's about Brady because EJ still is the DA and he would be the one to throw the book at Brady. Maybe he has figured out that Kristen is the one who had the car destroyed. Maybe he even overhears her because, that's what happens on this show. People are doing their villain monologue and they get overheard. Maybe EJ even threatens to arrest Kristen for obstruction of justice. So we'll see. Fiona has a very long think about how she has ruined Sarah Horton's life. And of course, she's trying to ruin Brady's by letting him take the fall for her. And she's got to do some serious thinking. Everything's about to come to a head with that. Meanwhile, Eric has a sit down with Marlena and he talks about Holly's very justified anger at him over Daniel's death. We're going to wrap up the week ahead on Friday, September 13th, season 60, episode 15. Marlena is going to hypnotize Sarah to try and recover all her memories of the accident. I'm guessing that Sarah goes to Doc for this help because Fiona has convinced her that she has recovered a false memory. Maybe Fiona says, you've just got me mixed up in your head because you had just seen me. She's going to be working overtime to keep Sarah in the dark. And it looks like Marlena is going to lead her into the light. And that means by the following Monday, it should be out that Fiona was driving, Brady was not. Everybody's going to be crushed. Xander's going to be mortified. So also on Friday, Kristen stops by to see Brady. I'm assuming he's still going to be at the Salem PD jail at this point. And she tells him he needs to stop trying to get himself locked up in prison, fight for his future, fight to be with their daughter. And finally, EJ and Holly get closer, although he also kept the secret from her. It wasn't his to tell. And I do wonder if Holly goes to him with questions about it. And he says, I wanted you to know, but it wasn't my place. Things like that. We'll see how it goes. Those are all of our weekly spoilers for the 9th through the 13th for Days of Our Lives. Drop your comments. Let me know what you're excited to see. What's got you all jived, ready to watch next week. Please subscribe if you're not following us. Definitely come back soon. It's me, Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I am talking Days of Our Lives with you 7 days a week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.